In a quiet corner of an old forest, there stood a tiny sapling, barely visible beneath the thick shade of tall proud trees. Every morning sunlight danced high above Onthir's strong branches, but never reached him. He looked up at the sky through the cracks of leaves and whispered softly, "Maybe I'll never grow tall like them." The wind heard him and replied with a gentle laugh, "Patience, little one. The sun finds everyone in time." But the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into seasons. Rain poured, storms came and went, and still the tall trees blocked every ray of light. The little sapling often wondered, "Why was I planted here?" In the dark around him, the taller trees stood proudly. Their leaves touched the sky, their roots spread wide, and they seemed to have everything he did not. He often listened in silence as they swayed in the wind, their voices filled with pride and confidence. One said, "Look at me. My leaves reach the clouds." Another added, "My roots are so deep, even the strongest winds can't move me." The little sapling stayed silent. He had no sunlight to help him grow, nothing to show, and no stories to share, only the quiet darkness and the patience to keep growing in it. Yet, beneath the soil, something unseen was happening. His roots were growing wider, stronger, not upward but deeper. They searched for strength, where light could not reach. Then, one summer morning, the wind returned. Not wild, not angry, but gentle. It brushed through the forest, and a few old branches above broke softly and fell to the ground. Through those small openings sunlight slipped in, golden and kind, touching the sapling's tiny leaves for the very first time. He felt its warmth and smiled. "The sun didn't forget me after all," he whispered. From that day on, he grew a little faster, a little stronger, each morning reaching higher, not to compete with anyone, but just to meet the light that had always been waiting for him. Years passed. The sapling became a tall, graceful tree, his roots deep, his branches wide, his heart calm and kind. One morning, a small plant sprouted near his roots. It looked up and asked, "Will I ever grow like you?" The tree smiled and said softly, "You will. But first, learn to grow where no one sees. That's where real strength begins. Little one, the sunlight will find you one day. But until then, let the rain teach you patience, and the wind teach you balance. Every day you stand tall, even in the shade. You're learning how to be strong. Don't rush to reach the light. Your roots must learn their strength before your branches touch the sky. When your time comes, you'll grow tall and steady, and you'll understand why you began here, in the quiet shade beside me." The little plant listened carefully. It believed in its own strength and decided to wait for its time. Before the sunlight reached it, the little plant made a quiet promise to grow stronger each day, to build deep roots in the shade, so that when the time came, it would be ready to rise. In the same way, life sometimes keeps you in a place that feels quiet, where nothing seems to move forward, and the future looks uncertain. But in those moments, don't lose your motivation. Even when nothing seems to be growing or changing, keep moving each day with the same hope, the same effort, and the same heart, because one day time will make way for you. Just like the tree, you will rise. If you keep your present strong, your future will bloom beautifully.